many seeds as people plant, there's going to be a new variety with that new seed that comes up with a new fruit. And if it's a good one, everybody's encouraging people to come forward with their findings so that they, they can present that new good fruit option into not just the market, but the community.
So what are you going to do with all these avocados? Do you think you might bring them to a farmer's market or just eat them yourself?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it really depends on like whether they actually start to fruit. I'm kind of in that place right now where there's the most mature ones that I planted, the bacon and the Mexicola, they're starting to fruit. Like they fruited 2 seasons and this is the 3rd season, so the 3rd year that they fruited. So they're just actually starting to become reliably productive. And for me to understand like what their growth habit is like and what their fruit tastes like and all that. And I'm not altogether sure that I want to keep these trees as they are, because the bacon fruit, as gorgeous as they are, they're really not that well loved. The flavor is watery. You can make a guac with it and it's okay. But I like mine like with a lot of strong flavor, not super strong. Like Mexicola has good strong flavor, but it can have like too much of an anise flavor for some people. And I don't know. I'm still on the fence about like the Mexicola flavor and if I like that. And so definitely with the bacon, I'm not a big fan of the fruit, but I have it here because the bacon flowers help other trees flower and fruit, and so it increases your fruit production if you have this tree in your garden. However, they're saying that it really doesn't matter. Like there's like a new thought out there where they're saying as long as you just have a diverse set of avocados, you're fine. And even some avocado varieties like the gem, they're self-fruitful. They'll just bear fruit on their own no matter what. So it's kind of getting to the point where people are thinking that they just don't even need to put a B-type avocado, which is a bacon, or a fuerte, or a surprise. Those are the varieties that are B-type with B-type flowers that help propagate the A-type flower, which are the typically tastier varieties like Hass, Gem, Lamb Hass, Reed. Those are A-type avocado varieties that are more flavorful. And so the B-type will help pollinate the A-type and help bring in a higher fruit production level. But they're saying that that's not really necessary anymore, that they do it on their own if there's a diverse set of avocado types. And people now are adding more types of avocado trees into their gardens. Like I've got a Lamb House, I've got several Gem, I've got a couple Reeds, I've got actually 2 Lamb House trees. And so that's sufficient. And so if I decide to lop off the bacon and the Mexicola and decide to graft varieties that I like better than them, that's something I'm starting to consider. I don't know, but I mean, they'll grow back in like a year to 2.
Okay.
But it's still like, even though you get more control over the variety that you want and the flavor and texture of the avocado that you like, it still kind of sets you back. So I'm just not sure. I think I want to do that, but it'll be like a 1 to 2 year detour, which is fine.
Gosh, and now how much do you think was your initial investment? Before you started.
Investment on what level?
Financially speaking, just your buying the trees, and then I know you said you were getting into different varieties.
When I was getting into it in 18, the 15 gallons were $45, I think, between 35 and 45. Now they're more like 65, 85, even 90. So they're a little bit more expensive, but if you calculate out how many trees, like I bought initially just like 7 trees, and so that was a few $100s maybe, with soil and amendments and all that, and nutrients. But then you just have the watering, which is an additional. They can take a lot of water.
Mm-hmm.
But
is that just to establish them, or do they take a lot of water now too?
No, I think they take a lot of water. Like some people are like Gary Gregg seems to think. I guess he has kind of a hillside on his Lafayette property that he pretty much dry farms, which is amazing. I'd love to be able to get to that point, but these are raised beds, and so you really you have to water these. I'd be very surprised if the taproot actually goes down to the water table. If it does, great, but
Right.
I don't know if I'm able to find out.
Yeah. And nowadays, well, I know now that because I'm frequenting the farmers market so much, an organic Haas avocado is it's $3 for just one.
Right.
We're talking very high cost now for avocados, as we know.
Yeah.
And it's going to even get higher and higher. So, can you also tell me about this book you're holding? Will you just hold it up before we finish up? Because I know it looks like a really good book to have for beginners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a book by Rob Crisell. It's called California Avocados.
Nice.
A Delicious History.
Yeah, delicious.
Yeah, and I think there's, a significant community of people out there,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the California Rare Growers Association.
Right.
And we all kind of are developing a growing interest in subtropicals
Mm-hmm.
and pushing the zones, which means, you want to experiment with growing things that are not normally able to grow in your area.
Yeah.
But you want to try, and with climate change, it's becoming more and more easy. Not very as quickly as you might think, but bit by bit, I think we're able to grow more subtropicals up here in Northern California just because it's warmer.
Because of the climate.
Yeah. Still, you have to sun protect your avocado trees, like painting the branches with white paint or Ivy Organic to protect them from sunburn.
Right.
And do frost protection in the winter.
I learned a lot just now. Thank you so much for sharing all this knowledge, Jen.
Yeah.
I hope more people, feel more inspired to start something like this in their backyard or front yard or wherever.
Yeah, I think if people just learn more by the YouTube videos or even getting this book, it's a great wealth of information. They'll learn a lot about the history, about how to grow avocados in your area, and just give it a try and look up videos. And there's so much information out there on how to grow an avocado just in your backyard and be able to be a little more food resilient and have more of a connection with the food that you eat. And just the more expensive food gets, and who knows, with every increasing tariff, we just don't know how available our food's going to get. And with the farming practices and that landscape itself changing with farmers not having workers now. So it's always nice to be able to have your own food and on your own property if you can, even if you just have a patio in your apartment,
right,
or a deck or just a front door. You can put an avocado in a pot and see what happens.
This is always a venture too that more than one person can take on with other people as well. So it can be a community project as well.
It brings people together.
And people learn together.
Yeah, and check out the California Rare Fruit Growers Association in your area.
California Rare Fruit Growers Association in whatever area you live in.
Yeah, they have them all over California. So just check your area out and go on to that website and find out if there's one close to you.
All right. Well, thank you, and I can't wait to taste one of these beauties once it's ready to.
It's going to be another few months, and then we'll have some avocados.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thanks so much for having me.